And I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And all I can taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your light. 'Cause sooner or later it's over. I just don't want you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, everybody, and welcome in. I'm Mark McLean. I have a Sabenza large 21. This knife is the Insingo style blade. You may have seen a video with me lubricating this knife several videos back, but this is the born on card that came with it. That's sort of like its birth date or birth certificate, you might say. This knife is actually guaranteed for life, believe it or not. It is designed for a specific purpose, for cutting. That's what they say, at least, with Chris Reeves knives. It's an excellent knife. It's made with S35VN steel. It's top notch. Let me tell you, some of the best steel possible. I love S35VN. And I will say this about this particular knife. I love that modified sheep's foot, I guess you would call that. I like that. It's really sweet. Sort of a sheep's foot or a Warncliffe. Depending on what you want to call it, I guess. It's totally up to the individual. When you order this knife, it will come in a box similar to this. It'll look like that. And it will say, think twice, cut once on it. That's their wacky little slogan. Don't know what the hell it means. But Chris Reeve, who is, by the way, no longer with the company. Yes, they still make an excellent knife. They really do. It's an excellent knife. In fact, it's been the knife that many people have used as the measuring tape of all knives. In other words, how good of a quality is your knife? Well, how does it compare to a Chris Reeves? You know, that's exactly what I'm saying. Of course, the opinion is totally up to the individual. If you've ever owned one, you will know exactly what I'm talking about when I mention quality. Now, this particular knife, in June of 2000, Chris Reeves exhibited for the first time at Blade Show in Atlanta as a fully fledged manufacturer. In fact, they walked away with some numerous prizes. In fact, that's some of the Blade awards that they've gotten, all of those. Manufacturing Quality Award, 2000, 2001, 2003 to 2013, same goes. The Knife Collaboration of the Year was 2003 with Bill Harsey for the Green Beret Yarborough. The 21st anniversary of CRK, which was 2005's CRK being Chris Reeves Knives. This is the 21 anniversary knife. The Sabenza 21. The large 21. Although there is a celebratory knife that represents that particular event. The sweet anniversary of CRK. It also received the 2007 American Made Knife of the Year Award. And 2009, it got, what is that? Oh, the Kitchen Knife of the Year Award. Or their Sakayo knife style that year. The 2008 Umnumzon was a knife that they came out with. And that won the overall knife of the year in 2008 at Blade. In 2010, it was their Tylock and the overall knife of the year award with Chris Reeves Knives. That's just one of many of the accolades you might want to brag about by owning a Chris Reeves knife. Another is the fact that they do send with each one of their knives this little star or Torx wrench and the fluorinated grease. That's what my other video was about. I showed you how to take that knife and lubricate it. Well, to make a long story short, I lubricated it very nicely. And then I put the old torque on it. And I put the old torque on it good. And I stripped out the pivot screw. Yeah, I did. I did. Tell me it's a damn guaranteed knife, I want to know. Okay. Yeah, it's guaranteed. It is guaranteed. In fact, I sent off one little tiny email, even though they have a big list of things that you are supposed to do to get warranty service. In other words, you got to send it in and blah, 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 blah. You got to send this in there, and you got to fill out this form and you in triplicate and all that bunch of crap that goes with it. But needless to say, I wasn't prepared to do that. No, I wasn't. I was not prepared to do that. So I got this in the mail from Chris Reeves Knives. Right there. Within a couple of days, actually. Dear Mr. McLean, we are so sorry to hear about your untimely situation regarding the pivot screw. Enclosed, you will find 1X screw large screw for L21 and umnumzon or UMN 6 each 132 by 0.250. Shipped quality 1, price 0, extended price 0, total charges 0, etc., 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 etc. So, well, what you think of that? All right, and this is what came in the mail. It's a little card from Chris Reeves Knives. It says accessory, large Sabenza 21 and umnumzon screw. Can you believe that? They've actually packaged this with their own print-up sheet for this little pissy screw. One little pissy screw gets all of this print-up and a Ziploc baggie of its own. No wonder they're $485 damn dollars. That's what this knife costs, yeah. $485 damn dollars. Yeah. I know. That's ridiculous, guys. Come on. No wonder it's so damn high. I mean, if you're throwing a little bit of fluorinated grease our way. Whoopee. Okay, we got about not even a teaspoon, a full teaspoon there. Jesus H. That's pathetic. Okay, I've got the screw backed out there. Can't really tell if that's the one that's stripped or not. So I'll have to kick out the other side and see what that one looks like. Gotta be careful because this knife is very sharp. It comes that way. It does. It really does come very sharp. And they know what they're doing when it comes to sharpening knives. They do a good job on that part. And they know what they're doing when they're making knives, I'm sure. They just also know what they're doing when they're wanting to charge you for making those knives as well. Okay. Going to try this and see if this works. Guess not, huh? I hope I don't have to send this bastard in. I really don't want to do that at all. I've got to move some stuff here that's in the way. This is an Arkansas stone that I got while I was in Arkansas. And I got this in a shop. It was just a piece that they'd cut out of the cliffs. And then I get over to my uncle's house, and he said, "Why in the hell did you spend that $10 on that little stone?" I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "I got them all kinds out in the shed. Here you go." Yeah. So that's that. According to size and what I paid for the other one, this is about a $350 stone. That's the way I see it. No joke. If I had the saw, I would make some more money off of this chunk my uncle gave me, but I had to get that out of the way there. I think I'm going to have to break this sucker down a little bit more. I don't know. I mean, I'm having difficulty getting the back screw, pivot screw, to back out. And I don't want to lose that little expensive screw that has its own printout sheet and Ziploc baggie attached. $485. But we'll include a nice little pivot. Pivot. Yes, pivot screw if you screw up on it like I did. We'll include a nice little lanyard, I meant to say. Ooh, big bucks there. $5. No holler. $5. But it is warranted for life. I do have to consider that fact. And it is top quality S35VN steel and titanium. And you don't find that just every day in a knife. And when you do, you don't find it for very much less than $485, if you do and are lucky enough to find it. Okay, I have backed out the bottom heel right there. That is the barrel type roller, or standoff they call them. And I'm going to extract the opposite side screw that goes to that. Boy, these things really got a lubricating done to them the last time I did that, because they are still lubricated. I wasn't cutting any slack. I wanted to use all of that little cheap fluorinated grease they gave me. Can you believe that, man? I know. Okay, gonna stick that right in there because I don't want to confuse those screws and get them mixed up. That is my back heel of the knife standoff, barrel roller standoff. Okay, I gotta loosen this one here. And you're just supposed to snug these. I don't know how in the hell I tightened it too tight, but I did, you know. It's just one of those things. Some days, you know, I wasn't thinking. I honestly, I really wasn't thinking about it. It was the last thing I needed to have been doing at the time. But I was doing it for some reason. I found myself there doing it. The next thing you know, it's too tight. One of those things, you know. One of those things. One of those stop and think about it that sometimes you just don't have time to stop and think about. So what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to come through and poke this from the opposite side. And I did gain a little bit of help there. I'm just still trying to poke it through. There we go. Now she's cooking with grease. Right there. Just come on out, baby. Come on out. And what I'm doing is, that is the front barrel roller type standoff. I don't want to get these confused. This is going to be the top front. This is going to be the back. I don't want to get them confused, okay? We don't want that happening. All right, now that we have this as it is, we should be able to remove everything totally. There we go. There's the lanyard. And this is the lock side coming up. Still perfectly lubricated, just like I did. Yeah, it was fine. But I'm having issues getting out the pivot screw, so that's why we're disassembling it now. All right, that fell right out perfect. These things is really greasy. No, this one is really greasy, not these things in general. This one in particular, I find is really greasy, because I greased it myself, I did. Look back in some of my old videos if you want to. Now, I'm just sitting that down there so I will not lose it. Don't want to lose nothing. Sure don't. All right, now that's the baby right there that we had trouble getting out. See there? There you go. Why couldn't you just come out a while ago? You have to be a little bitch. You have to be a little bitch. All right, that's a nice pivot right there. Unfortunately, that's the one that's stripped. Okay, and just to prove that, I want to make sure that I can put the new screw in with this old pivot, because that's all that's supposed to be stripped is the screw, they say. And by dang, they're straight, they're right. That's it. So I'm going to back it on out. Take the bad one, put over here out of the way. We don't want that anywhere near what we're doing right now. I'm going to just give you guys a close-up of what it looks like right here in the work table. You're saying, I bet he don't get it back together. What you bet? What you bet? Oh, come on, give me a little faith, guys, gals. Okay, here we go. That's the new pivot screw. That's the old barrel that it will go inside the pivot. Those are the two washers that go inside there. Those are the phosphor bronze washers, or one of them. One's on the opposite side of that. There's the front barrel roller standoff. And over here, I didn't want to lose it, is the back barrel roller standoff. Some more fluorinated grease if we need any. We've got plenty. Now to put this back together. Okay, I just got the pivot pinched back together. I wanted to save a little bit of time, because this seemingly takes a lot longer than it should, at least for me. Maybe I'm just not ambidextrous when I have greasy fingers. I don't know what the situation is regarding that. But I have managed to go ahead and stick the lanyard right in the hole. It's quite simple to do. Then you have this barrel roller type standoff. And that one goes, let's see, there, I think. And then the barrel roller standoff that I showed you earlier that one goes in the other hole. Okay, there you go. I'm going to get those ready right now, and then I'll be right back. I went ahead and tightened up the lanyard to make sure that it was perfect. I have seated, if you can see that, washer, and centered it. Now I'm going to stick the barrel roller type standoff right through that washer, and the back screw goes on. As simple as that. I'm going to tighten it down until it touches. All right, just until it touches. I'm going to loosen this one back up on the front pivot area. Now this is the top barrel roller standoff, or whatever you want to call it. And the pivot screw has not been tightened. It is loose, just so you'll know. Very loose. So, Chris Reeves says that I think you're supposed to go ahead and fling it out there like that the first time, allow it to line up properly. After you do that, then you can go ahead and snug up the back. Snug up the back. It is now snug. Now I'm snugging up the top standoff right there. The one on top. Just snug it. That's all. And now the pivot. So we'll see how that does. And it is snug. Okay. And that is pretty much all there is to a Sabenza. Yeah, until you break it in really nice, it's going to wobble. Not wobble, but I mean be tight. It's going to be real tight until you break it in. It takes a lot of flipping, and it will be back to where it was before. It always is anyway. Thank you guys for watching. That's the Sabenza Large 21 with micarta inlay S35V in steel, the Insingo style blade, and that's a little bit of how you work on a Chris Reeves knife. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I should have just sent it in. They would have sharpened it for free too. I didn't want my knife going out of town. Not yet. Maybe a few more years. Give me some separation problem discussion. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks again. Peace.